Yes.
Given that you are so powerful, that you can dominate that stage once you are out there, who is your crush right now sa personal development?
I really want to have like a sit-down dinner with Warren Buffett. There's a bidding for one of his dinners. My final bid was $220,000. Someone, syempre, nag-bid ng higher sa akin. Sabi ko, parang hindi ko na kaya mahigit 10 milyon na dinner. I grew up na nagbebenta ng gulay sa palengke. Dati na ang problema ko, pambili ng diaper. Kasi I was a single mom before. So, I'm thankful na the level of problems I have are not like the ones I had before. I applied for a credit card with 3 banks. I got denied in all of those banks. Alam ba ng board tong result ng background check sa akin? And sabi niya, oh yeah, all of the members of the board have copies. Ako, oh my gosh. I just wanted to disappear. Stay in rooms where you feel so small. Because those rooms are gonna give you a different perspective of how life should be.
Remember passing around slam books when you're in high school? Those questions about your crush, your dreams, your friends, and even your first love. We thought they were just for fun.
But what if those questions actually held the secrets to success?
Welcome to Slam Book Millionaire! Welcome to Slam Book Millionaire
with Joanna
and Jev, Season 2, Episode 8! Talaga may pag-ano.
8
Parang bata. Oh my gosh, another episode, another
I'm
week.
so excited.
Parang hindi pa ako nakaka-get over from the last episode natin, girl.
And it was so fun.
It was so fun.
Daming revelation.
So honest, so raw.
So raw, so real.
Sa another raw conversation na
Yes.
naman na nag-aantay sa atin dito.
Oo. I'm so excited. Ikaw, what's your experience or ano yung masasabi mo sa next guest natin today?
Okay. Let's be truthful to all our viewers. Kasi alam mo naman, tayo dito, authenticity talaga, genuineness. Okay, here's the truth, our dear friends. Okay? We just met. Okay? Last night.
Wow.
So that was the first time that we met face-to-face. Ang nakakatawa, we didn't know that we've been FB friends pala. We've been FB friends. So I was looking at my contacts. So sabi ko, oh, this girl is so amazing. I-add ko nga siya sa Facebook. And then, oh my gosh, we're friends na pala. Pero even before pa kasi that, siguro naging connected kami because of Success Resources. Our
yes.
business partner, right? They're our partner for the Millionaire Intensive and the National Achievers Congress. So siguro one way or another, nagkaroon ng connection. We don't know who added who, but the most important thing is that we're already connected.
Yes.
And then, when I went to the event last night kasi, girl, I already have the intention talaga. Sabi ko, no matter what happens, hindi ako uuwi na hindi ko siya nami-meet. Okay? That was the first intention. The second intention, hindi ako uuwi na hindi ko siya na-i-invite sa Slam Book Millionaire. So, when I was at the party, and so we got introduced, nung umpisa kasi syempre parang hindi pa ganun ka, kumbaga pa may pagka-cold pa kasi getting to know each other because we really don't know each other naman. But I've been seeing her posts and I met a lot of people talking about her.
Yes.
Kasi sobrang amazing siya.
She's been an SR stage, correct?
She's been on the Success Resources stage, but beyond that, she has been invited to several international stages.
Yes.
Like Bloomberg, alam mo yun, international
Amazing.
companies are inviting her to talk about finance, to talk about angel investing, to provide value. So she has elevated the Filipino concept.
Yes.
So she put Filipinos on a different level. So one of the things that she shared is that, maraming naa-amaze at nagugulat na Pinay pala siya. Because nga, siguro, for a very long time, merong idea about a Pinoy na pag natatrabaho sa ibang bansa is that we're the DH,
Yes.
we're the
Or
yaya, we're the nurse.
They're parang ang alam nila Americans
Yes.
or from Europe ang mga speakers.
Yes, oo. So she's creating a different way for us Filipinos. So that was one of the things that really stand out for me. So sabi ko talaga, I wanna meet this girl. And then so nagkaroon kami ng opportunity kagabi magka-chika-chika. And then eto na, sabi ko, okay, na-connect na ako, kilala ko na.
Ito na.
On to the next intention. Father God, ikaw nang bahala how this is gonna happen. So nakalinya na kami, mag-give thanks na kami, no? So, yan na kami, kumbaga parang parting message na for all the participants who was in the event. So sabi ko, this is it. This is my moment. Okay. Sabi ko, I'm gonna do this. So, si Paring Brian, hello Paring Brian, nasa gitna namin. So, talagang, Miss Kat, I have a podcast kasi, pwede po ba kitang ma-invite? So, I was just taking my chances. In my mind, I already manifested that she's gonna say yes. But
Yes.
of course, sometimes, di ba, God has always surprises and bigger plans for us. And the
True.
plans would always be better eh. So
True.
sabi ko, sige, I'll just throw my shot. Bahala na.
At least you tried, diba?
At least I tried. Hindi ako uuwi na hindi ko nagawa yung intention ko. Tapos sabi niya agad, sure. Bukas po ito. Yes. At tomorrow morning. Parang ako yung biglang nagitla, girl, na, wow, ganon
Ganon siya
kabilis.
ka-generous.
Ganon siya ka-generous because, girl, on her talk last night, she shared about the 3 things that she intends for herself and the way that she wants to be remembered. She wants to be remembered as somebody who is a multiplier, multiplier of opportunity, not only for the Filipinos, but everybody around her, that she is a maverick, but lastly, because she wants to create a ministry. So any
Nice.
chance that she can get to be of value, to be of service, especially to a kapwa Pinoy, she's always game for it. Kaya kagabi, alam mo yun, mas mabilis pa nga yung blink ng eye ko eh. Kesa sa naging sagot niya, agad-agad umuo siya. And here she is right now.
Kailangan natin yan, Pinoy lifting Pinoy.
Yes.
Diba?
On a global
On a
stage.
global stage.
Kasi yun talaga in-impart yung message sa amin. Sabi niya, we have to dream bigger.
Yes.
That we have to believe that as Pinoys, we have what it takes. Katulad na lagi natin sinasabi.
And it's time.
And it's time.
It's high
time for
time.
us to change the narrative
Yes.
of who Filipinos are.
And next, talagang soon, sa Philippines na sila maghahanap ng mga keynote speakers.
Exactly. Yun yung pangarap natin, diba? That's why we're doing all this
That's why
events.
nag-connect.
Yes.
Align
So ano
na
talaga,
align.
energy. Plus, I love the fact that she's very spiritual and religious. And she's actually very faithful. So yun yung part na I love about the connection. And I'm sure, kung kayo yung nag-meet kagabi, mag-meet din kayo on that specific
Yes.
state. Kasi pareho din talaga ng energy na ine-exude.
Ayan, excited na ako.
Excited ka na
Without
ba?
further
Without
ado, introduce na
further
natin ang
ado.
ating next guest.
Yes, so let's call her in because we know, guys, super excited na kayo na malaman ang kanyang Islam book journey.
Yes.
So let's call her in.
Let's all welcome
The one and only.
the one and only,
The global Pinay.
the global Pinay,
Gumaya.
Katrina Gumaya.
Hi everyone. So thank you for having me, Slam Book Millionaire team. So it's a pleasure to be here.
It's our
It-
pleasure.
It's our honor talaga.
Yes.
Thank you for saying yes agad-agad na
Oo
hindi
naman.
ka nagdalawang
Basta available,
isip.
yeah. Basta
Yes.
available.
Sabi ko kasi pauwi na siya ng Baguio, girl eh.
You're from Baguio. Hello,
Yes.
Baguio.
Hello.
You have a gem, diba?
Yes.
Gem from Baguio.
And proudly, hindi lang siya gem ng Baguio. Gem din talaga siya ng buong Pilipino,
Yes.
diba? Kasi she's really putting us in a different map. So
Yeah.
thanks to you. Thanks for
Thank you.
everything that you are
Thank you.
doing.
Thank you so much.
You're not just an inspiration for people like us, but you are an inspiration to so many Filipinos. Na,
Lifting the
alam mo yun, yung
flags.
the possibility.
Correct.
Showing us what is possible for us because of what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now, are you ready now?
Umpisa na ba
Sa
natin?
A bit nervous, but yeah.
Anong gusto mo unang question? Yung juiciest question na ba kagad? Wag muna.
Yung controversial.
Hinay-hinay.
Ay, hinay-hinay.
Hinay-hinay.
Baka hindi na bumalik si Miss Kat.
Ako, umpisahan natin sa crush.
Okay.
Okay. Pero yung context natin dito, kasi nakapag-slam book ka, right?
Yeah.
So, syempre, wag na natin ungkatin sino yung mga crushes, sino yung mga loves natin before. Pero ang gusto kong malaman right now, Miss Kat, given that you are so powerful, that you can dominate that stage once you are out there, and you have worked with multi-billionaires,
Yes.
diba? As in, you met a lot of them. Who is your crush right now sa personal development journey mo? Meron ka bang isang tao na hinahangaan? Kasi,
Someone you look up to.
Yeah, kumbaga
yung
parang-
inspiration mo.
You know, many years back, I bought one share of Berkshire A just so I could attend the shareholders meeting of Berkshire, Warren Buffett's company, because
Yes.
I wanted to hear him speak in the flesh because I read the book of all the letters he has written for all their shareholders, all the emails he has sent to the shareholders. Sabi ko, the wisdom of this guy is just
Yes.
something na, it's beyond self-development because when you look at the life of Warren Buffett, he embodies a lot of values that I live as an investor, as a mom, as a wife. And for me to be able to, kasi sa personal development, yung mga dating iniidolo ko, na-meet ko na sila. Like, hindi yung na-meet na nasa event ka. I've had dinners with them. I sat with them. Like, for example, Tony Robbins. When you go to Tony Robbins, like thousands of people na may kita mo lang siya sa screen na ang liit-liit.
Correct, oo.
I was in New York 2 years ago. I got invited in an event where I was with Tony Robbins inside the New York Stock Exchange with only 60 people. So, pinili lang kami ng Forbes na mag-a-attend doon. And I was fortunate enough to like have a conversation with him and his wife. Robert Kiyosaki is one of my idols in finance. I was blessed enough to attend his birthday in Arizona 2 years ago. So I flew there with my son. Kasi my son, he loved the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I said, it's about time you meet the author because he's old. He might retire or, you know, he
take
might
the
stop.
chances.
Yes, take the chances. So it's the first time that Robert Kiyosaki invited people for his birthday in his hometown. So we went. And I look up to so many people. The Lord has graciously blessed me with giants who connect me to other giants. So in terms of personal development, nagpapasalamat ako na I've met the authors I look up to, the people I look up to, but in the finance space, I really want to have like a sit-down dinner with Warren Buffett. I've tried to bid. There's a bidding for one of his dinners.
Talaga? Binibid yun?
There's a bid for it, and you get to have a dinner with him. It's a charity event, but it's so hard to get in. I got in 2 occasions, but syempre na-outbid ako. My final bid was $220,000. Someone syempre nagbid ng higher sa akin. Sabi ko, parang hindi ko na kaya mahigit 10 milyon na dinner. So that was my highest bid, more than $200,000. And then someone did a higher bid than me because it was for charity. And sayang, hindi ko nakuha yung event na yun. But it's always been a prayer for me kasi he just stepped down as he just stepped down from Berkshire. So, sabi ko, sana meron parang avenue where I could really sit down with him and just pick his brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sige, we're manifesting with you.
Yes, prayers
Yes,
talaga.
It's
prayers.
done. Siguro mangyayari na yan bago matapos ang 2025.
Ay,
I
sana,
can feel
Lord.
it.
Yes, amen.
It is done, it is done, it is done.
Ayan. Kat, sige, balik tayo dun sa mga muna. Hinay-hinayan na muna natin. Ano yung favorite food mo when you were growing up? Tapos, kasi syempre, you've been all over eh. 'Di ba? In and out of the Philippines ka, lumaki ka sa Baguio. Is there a particular food ba na super favorite mo siya nung bata ka? Tapos, every time makakain mo siya, talagang it brings back maybe nostalgia, certain emotion
Bring
in
back
you.
memories.
It's always been the same thing, shrimp. When
Shrimp?
I was young, shrimp was a luxury because I grew up na nagbebenta ng gulay sa palengke. That's my background, My mom, so mamimili ka after dismissal, pupunta ba ako kay Lola to help benta ng gulay sa palengke or pupunta ba ako sa store ng mama ko? Kaya na nung sinabi ni Phoebe about sari-sari store, kasi my mom, yung sari-sari store niya, lahat, may barbecue, may fishball, may ulam,
wow.
may
One-stop
mangga, may mangga, lahat binibenta niya, may banana, everything. So ako, I would always choose, kesa ma-stress ako sa barbecue ba, o fishball, o halo-halo, ang ibibenta, o banana kayo, doon na lang ako sa gulay lang. At si Lola ko, sa gulay lang. So it's always a luxury for us to be able to afford shrimp. Very rare, like we would eat shrimp once in a while, kasi mahal ng hipon, hanggang ngayon naman, di ba?
Yes.
So whenever we would eat shrimp, para siyang feast for us. Parang it felt festive.
Yes.
So yun yung food for me na whenever we would eat, hindi mo ramdam na we were not dirt poor. Wala akong ganong story, but we were not also middle class. We were below middle class. But whenever we would eat shrimp, feeling ko, medyo nakakaangat kami ng konti sa laylayan. Pag may hipon.
Anong tawag doon? Naka-LL. Naka-luwag-luwag na.
Yeah, so
Ayan.
shrimp talaga, it's nostalgic for me because it reminds me na kahit papaano may days na we can afford
Yes.
shrimp. Kasi
Parang
hindi lagi.
not at all times na kailangan nating tipirin yung sarili natin,
Yeah.
that we can actually
Pero yung
indulge.
shrimp namin, kanyari sinigang na shrimp or whatever, mga 2-3 piraso lang pwede mo kainin kasi ang dami mong pang pinsan nakakain. So,
Hati-hati
bilang din.
pa.
Oo, hati-hati pa. Because when I was young, we lived in one house with all of my my lola got parang an apartment na 1 room per family. So me and my mom, kasi my mom was a single mom, and then my other cousins and their parents, parang ganon. Ganon kami sa
Close
isang bahay.
ties talaga.
Yeah,
So,
ganon.
speaking of family, ano
Yeah.
yung fondest memories mo when you were a kid?
I've grown to love the beach because, same,
Beach.
because we would only be able to afford going to the beach pag December or January kasi yan yung malakas ang benta sa palengke.
Oh.
Every December, di ba? So, since maraming pera noong December, after New Year, our lola would treat the whole family to the beach. So, hanggang sa pagtanda ko now, I look at the beach as like a sanctuary. When I'm stressed, gusto ko 1 week sa beach, walang ginagawa. Or pag high level na yung mga meetings ko for this month, kailangan bago yung high level schedule ko, I have to be in the beach, ganyan. So, even my kids, pag ang dami nilang mga race, after ng stressful na race nila, for example, sa Iron Kids, or my husband does an Ironman, dapat makapagdagat kami after.
Parang
Yun
yun
talaga
yung
yung
reward.
pahinga. Yeah,
Parang
pahinga
reward mo
talaga.
mag-beach.
Oo.
Yeah.
But sa bagay kasi naman talaga.
Kasi wala
iba
kaming
kasi-
beach sa Baguio rin eh.
Yeah.
Puro
Oo,
bundok.
oo, oo.
Yes.
Puro bundok
Sawang-sawa
sa
ka
amin.
sa
Parang
bundok.
luxury
Yes.
talaga
Oo.
siya.
It gives you a different feeling din kasi talaga
Dagat.
yung contrast ng environment, ibang-iba din talaga, diba?
True.
Yeah. Kat, ano mga favorite music mo growing up?
Ako kasi when I was high school, I played the drums. So I
Ay,
like
yeah.
alternative.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alternative.
I like
Ano yung mga
alternative.
tinutugtog mo before?
90s, 90s.
Nirvana before,
Wow.
Matchbox 20, Franco.
Were you in a band? Hindi
No,
naman.
I wasn't in a band.
Pangmalakasan, Nirvana.
Mga,
Heavy
may,
yun,
may
ah.
point pa na may exam sa drums lesson ko was Marilyn Manson ba siya? Kasi Antichrist nung
Ah,
time.
yes,
yes,
ko,
yes.
Parang ang dark ng mga song niya. Pero yun kasi yun yung pina-exam sa amin to level up when I was studying drums before. Pero now, syempre, kalma ka na, may asawa, more on slow,
Slow music,
slow
yeah.
music, worship songs, ganyan. Oo.
What's your favorite song right now? Na parang ano yung moment, ako kasi may song ako na gusto ko lang yung relax lang ako.
Chill lang.
Oo. Ano yung mga
I
favorite
like
song
listening
mo?
to Oceans and Goodness of
Ah,
God na
yes,
worship
Oceans.
song.
Yes.
Kasi it reminds you na, lalo na pag sobrang down ka talaga, the song kasi Goodness of God reminds you na He's faithful. Kahit ano yung pinagdadaanan mo, He's always been faithful. So you look back na, kahit na nandito ako, ito yung mga problemang nagpapasalamat ako na ganung level ng problema yung pinoproblema mo now. Hindi na
Yeah.
parang dati na ang problema ko, pambili ng diaper. Kasi I was a single mom before I got married. So I'm thankful na the level of problems I have are not like the ones I had before. It would remind you of the grace of the Lord in your life.
United
you know.
Hills song to, correct? Na Ocean
Yes,
song.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you always been this religious? Would you consider yourself ba as more spiritual or more religious ka?
I'd call myself more spiritual than religious. In terms of faith, my husband's faith like pulls me like front and center when I get off track. He's really more of the man of faith in the house. Like before COVID, pag ginahatid niya yung kids namin sa school kasi ang travel time mga 45 minutes kasi traffic, no. Para hindi sayang yung time, he would do daily bread sa traffic with our kids. Para ganon, para habang bata sila, yung faith nila, you know, you plant seeds of faith and you pray that someday it's gonna bloom. And we're seeing yung fruits ng mga na-plant na seeds ng time na yon. And I was raised talagang, for, not to make it very sensitive din. I know we belong from different faiths, but lumaki ako na parang Sunday Christian. Na feeling mo, basta nagsimba ka ng Sunday at wala kang, you know the famous line na, wala kang nasasagasaang tao, okay ka na.
Yes.
Yes.
Oo.
So I was raised like that.
Okay.
And I realized when I changed my environment with people who were more in tune with the faith, I realized that wala namang masama sa ganon, but I had to be more intentional in
Correct.
building a relationship with the Lord.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng wala ka lang nasasagasaan. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You have to really build a personal relationship kay Lord. Kasi that's the only time na you'll know Him better.
Yes.
Kasi how do you, like, when we pray for forgiveness, for blessings, how can you pray to someone you don't know?
Yes.
So, dun ko naisip na, parang, pag nagdasal ka kasi minsan you pray for the food, you say sorry, and then I realized na, iba yung ganung prayer versus iba when you experience begging to the Lord, crying to Him. It's a whole different kind of relationship.
Yes.
And that relationship I noticed when I became more intentional, oh my gosh, that's when I saw how big God is. He has opened doors I never even knocked on. He has brought me in rooms that I never imagined being in.
Yes.
You know, like just next month, I got an invitation just last week. No, just this week, I got it on my email. I was invited in an event where I'll be in the same room with people who manage, control, and own more than $20 trillion of the world's money. Imagine someone nagbebenta sa palengke to be in that room with these billionaires and, you know, that level of knowledge and learning. Who could that be? I can't do that on my own. That can only be the Lord orchestrating all of this for
Yes,
me.
grace and mercy. Pero just to ano lang doon, when you were younger, kasi nga yun nga, lumaki ka sa palengke, nagtitinda ka ng gulay, 'di ba? Have you always have this vision of yourself that you're gonna be somebody,
No.
someday?
It was clear to me, ayokong tumandang nagbebenta ng gulay sa palengke. It's a very noble thing to do. I have so much respect for people sa palengke because I've seen my lola wake up at 4 a.m.
Hustle talaga.
You know, come home at late in the evening. Pero I realized, bakit ang sipag, pero bakit namamatay na mahirap? Like, why are people working so hard? Because it's not true na kaya ka mahirap dahil tamad ka. Well, it's true for some. But for people sa palengke, it's not. You'll see people grind and hustle for decades. Pero bakit ganon? Bakit hindi sila umaangat? Ba't ganon pa din? Why is it just yung anak nila sa palengke lang din, lalaki, tapos cycle lang siya, uutang, babayaran, babayaran. Sabi ko, there must be something you can do about it. And one thing I realized when I was growing up, the reason why they weren't feeling the prosperity or the abundance of their hard work is because they were not part of the financial system. You know, they had the business, yes, they were grinding, but it was outside of the financial system. It's a regular, you know, brick and mortar na talagang negosyo, very traditional. And yung pera, ganun lang din. We make money, but we were not educated and equipped enough to multiply that money for wealth, for generational wealth. Because my lola was so hardworking, my mom is so hardworking, but I've seen them na nabaon sa utang.
Yes.
But those were the years kaya we were able to afford going to a private school because of that hard work. There's so much dignity in it. There's so much pride for me na doon ako galing. But it's sad that these people they feed the economy. Even the farmers, they feed the economy, but they are the people who don't feel that the economic inclusion that they deserve. Kaya sabi ko, there must be something about it na we can do. Yeah. Pero
Grabe,
sinabi
no?
ko,
Ang
sobrang
lalim ng
linaw.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Totoo. I was just listening to her, parang nakaka-amaze. Nakaka-amaze makinig sa'yo, Kat. Sobrang inspiring mo. When you were a kid, ano yung pangarap mo dati?
Ang lagi lang sa isip ko na mag-travel, malapit nga lang before eh. Gusto ko lang makasakay ng eroplano because the first time na nakasakay ng eroplano, adult na ako, 20s na, so late na. So parang sa akin, ano ko siya, kasi meron ako isang uncle, my mom's brother, na siya talaga yung nakita ko sa family who became prosperous. Kasi siya yung nagsabi na, hindi ako magbebenta sa palengke. Bigyan niyo lang ako ng pera to go to Manila. Ako na magpapaaral sa sarili ko, ako na lahat. So he became an engineer, he became very successful. Siya yung pinakaunang tao sa family namin nagkaroon ng kotse. So amazed ako na, may kotse na siya, yung ganon. And then yung dalawang kapatid ng lola ko na nag-abroad, my Lola Lori was a nurse in the US, and my other lolo, Lolo Victor, works with American Airlines. Sabi ko, grabe pala, pag nakalabas ka ng... They were there in the 80s, so sobrang early. Pero nakita ko na, every time they would come home, yung mga
Daming
balikbayan
pera.
box,
Oo.
may pasalubong. So sabi ko, may world out there. Because I see their lifestyle. May world out there na beyond palengke.
Yes.
And I've aimed for, although hindi ko in-aim na mag-OFW nung time na yon, basta alam ko lang in my mind, gusto ko makarating sa mga ganong places. Yeah, ganon. I just didn't know how during that time.
Ang galing, no, at a young age. Ganun na siya mag-isip.
Yes.
Parang, is there someone na talagang nag-inspire sa'yo or bakit ganun ka mag-isip?
Ako, I was raised by a single mom, but my dad tried to build a relationship with me through books. So,
okay.
in the late 90s, yun yung rise in the late 90s, that was the rise of the Nokia phones. And most of my classmates already had phones, but I didn't have a phone during that time. And my dad, after my elementary graduation, he showed up after like not being in my life forever. He showed up, and that was his gift, a cell phone. During the time, we don't have only text, only call. You need to buy the physical card.
Baka
Yes.
mahal 30 pesos per
300
diba?
ang
Oo.
card or 500.
Hindi, parang 30 pesos yung isang call. Di ba parang something ganun, oo. Tas
Sobrang
yung
mahal pa ng
300,
phone
sobrang
cards
mahal.
eh. So,
Yeah.
so my mom could not afford, to give me extra allowance for the phone. But my dad, that's how he kind of bribed me. So he would send me books, and then he would call me sa landline pa no. Nakikigamit lang kami landline ng isang kamag-anak, lolo ko. And he would call me and tell me, anong chapter ka na? Ano na nabasa mo? So, I'll say, chapter 2 or chapter 3. What does chapter 3 mean, for example? Pag in-explain ko, hindi, mali. Hindi yan ibig sabihin ng chapter 3. So, uulitin na naman. Tatawag siya ulit after a month. Pag tama yung explanation of a certain chapter, that's the only time na meron ako allowance.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I may ask, anong work ni Daddy? Bakit?
My dad worked also in he worked in Australia before. So, ganun din, my finance. My dad, nag-rise rin siya from the ranks when he worked in Australia. Kasi syempre, Pinoy. So, nag-start siya mag-work sa mga hotel and hanggang sa na-expose rin siya sa, financial market. Siya yung unang tao nag-encourage sa akin to put money sa stock market. Because the first book he gave me was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Galing.
I was 13. It was one of the earliest published versions of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Ang
Yeah.
galing, no?
Late
But,
90s, yeah.
Kat, so, parang listening to everything right now, it would seem na napakaseryoso. Na,
Oo.
Parang Fibolin 2. Parang ganun.
Girl version.
Girl version. Pero, Kat, would you consider, parang, nung growing up ka, what's fun for you? How do you enjoy your childhood?
In
Nung
your
bata
reading.
ka?
Pastime, ha?
Reading talaga.
Talaga?
Reading, like
I love reading. Like, I
Hindi
would
ka
read
mabarkada.
Bob Ong, I would read Sweet
Oh, yes.
Valley, Archie's,
Ah,
mga
yes,
lang.
yes.
Mga hindi naman mga heavy finance books. I would read the finance books out of compliance because I needed the money from my dad. But in between, I loved Bob Ong. I love
Super
Archie's,
funny
Sweet
kasi.
Nancy Nancy
Sweet
Drew.
Valley.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Sweet Valley, Nancy Drew.
Archie
I
and
love
Veronica.
those.
Very
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah,
Yes.
tapos yung mga typical na yung laro na, you do yung jump rope. Pero mahilig rin ako magsipa. I don't know why. But I would play sipa with the boys. Yeah.
Okay.
With a mas, parang, ang tawag doon,
Mas masculine.
mas masculine.
Oh, kasi even
Oo.
high
One of the
school,
boys.
my friends are, although meron akong konting female friends, pero after school, ang mga kaibigan ko, mga kasama ko nagda-drums. Sa mga
nga
lalaki.
pala.
Ay, yung mga parang
Oo.
bandista.
Tsaka kaya hindi ako masyadong ayoko ng mga madrama na conversations with yung mga ka-age ko nun. Kasi usapan nila nun, boyfriends,
Yes.
or crushes. Ako parang, yan. So, mga,
Cringy.
Ano
sa
yung
mga
interest mo?
lalaki.
What interests you before? Kung sila nag-uusap sila about boyfriends, ikaw, ano yung...
Ako naman, I would like once in a while listen in, ganyan. Pero ako, mas mahilig talaga ako, even nung bata, yung mga nababasa ko sa libro. Kasi like, di ba, Archie's American Comics,
Yes.
Yung mga ganun, yung mga places na nakikita mo doon, parang ano ba itsura ng mga, yung mga ganon. So,
you really love to travel.
mahilig talaga, ever since talaga, dream kong makapag-travel. Kasi yung
Yes.
nababasa mo sa libro, like when I read Nancy Drew, yung mga mystery stories in different countries, yung mga
Correct.
ganon. So, doon kasi when you read books, it kind of immerses you in a different world also.
True.
Yeah,
Sabi
so-
nga nila, if you want to widen your world, read a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really gonna put you or bring you to places.
Sobra, yeah.
Question ko sa'yo, Kat, how do you define friendship before versus friendship right now?
Kasi ang friendship sa akin noon, sinong kasama mo magla-lunch para hindi ka naman mag-isa, mga ganon. Ganon lang nun. O kaya pag dismissal, sinong kalaro mo para hindi ka naman mukhang outcast, mga ganyan. So, and before, for me kasi, kaya I grew up not having a best friend. Kasi since only child ako na pinalaki ng mom ko, although meron ako mga half-siblings, nasanay ako na everybody would adjust kasi yung mom ko sobrang tapang. So, kunyari maglalaro tayo, ayaw mong pahiram yung laruan. May mom, papagalitan niya, bakit ayaw mong pahiram? Ganon.
Oh my God.
So, lumaki ako na hindi adjusted masyado. Lumaki ako na people would adjust to me. Which was not good in terms of me building relationships because
Yes.
I did not want compromise.
Okay.
Like, kung ayaw mo, ayaw ko. Like, let's not force it, ganyan.
Yes.
So, I grew up in a very black and white environment. You like me or you don't, we're friends
Yes.
or we're not, there's no gray area.
Oh,
Ganon.
okay.
So, but when I was young, I liked being friends with smart people. That I know. I would always gravitate towards kasi hindi naman ako A student eh. But I've always been amazed with yung mga lagi outstanding, may
Yes.
honors or mga ganon. So, Catholic school kasi ako lumaki, so wala talaga yung first honor, second honor. Basta they just call you like outstanding student, ganon. So, I've always been amazed with them. Kasi ako kahit na anong aral ko, hindi talaga ako naging outstanding student. Talaga pang 85, 86, 84 lang ang grades ko.
Mataas pa din yun.
Mataas na sa akin ng 88, ganyan. So, ganong level lang ako, average, ganyan. But, now that I'm older, I would define friendships more of with people who have the same values as me. I would be very intentional in keeping a very close inner circle. It's a very sacred, guarded place for me. The people that I message when I have fights with my husband, when I'm tired being a mom, and you can just vent and they don't judge you because we love our kids, but they drive you crazy sometimes.
Yes,
You know, you
yes.
love your husband, but there are days you just want to like punch your husband. On the
Yes.
face. I tell you, because I've been married for 20 years.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
know,
you just celebrated,
Yeah,
no?
we renewed our vows last week.
Wow.
So, when you get to that point, you need people na pag humingi ka ng advice, alam mong they would give you advice na biblical. They would give you advice based on the values. You could
Yes.
cry to them when you're broken, when
Because
you're
it's
pissed
safe,
off.
yeah.
It's a safe space. So, I have less than, I could count those friends with my 2 hands. So,
Yeah.
sobrang konti lang.
Sabi nga
Sobrang
nila,
konti.
di ba, you don't need many friends.
You don't,
Few
yeah.
friends, but real ones, di ba?
I think ano rin eh, kumbaga, halimbawa ako, di ba, I consider myself as parang people look at me and considers
Very
me as an
friendly,
extroverted and very friendly. I actually have a very big network of
Correct.
friends. But I have friends
Yeah.
na very selected few who knows
Your
me
inner
inside
circle,
out.
yung inner
Yes,
circle
oo.
mo.
Just like you, meron din akong gano'n na
Circle of
parang
trust.
na parang gusto ko man jombag ngayon. Parang ganyan.
Yeah.
Sila lang yung nakakaalam
And
nun.
there are friends na you could just message na you don't need to say anything. I just tell
Correct.
them,
Yes.
Low maintenance
I need you to
friends.
pray for me. I'm going through something difficult right now. I just need you to pray for me. Or pray for me and my husband. Or pray for one of my kids. So you want friends who would pray for you. Even if you don't tell them to.
Yes.
Because that's how we are. We pray for our friends as well. Pag may pinagdadaan. And you don't need to know all the details. You just know that they need prayers at this time and at this moment.
Yeah.
You need those friends. Sobra.
Those are the kinds of friendships that we need right now.
Parang gusto ko, ite-text kita, Kat, please pray for me.
Yes!
Gusto ko yan.
Gusto ko yan. I like praying for my friends. I think it's one of the highest forms of love when people pray for you.
True.
Kasi kami sa team din namin, we love to pray together. Eh. So, before we do anything talaga, we pray together. That's the most important element for us. Na hindi pa pwedeng mawala siya.
Dapat,
Yan.
yeah.
Yeah. Kat, question. What's your weirdest, ano ba ang tanong?
Weird fact about you.
Weird fact about
Okay,
you.
context lang. Ay, lagi tayo nag-explain, no?
Context.
Context, for example, we have a friend. Kawawa naman si Jem.
Gamitin natin sa Fibo. Katatapos lang kay Fibo.
Yung si Fibo, ano yon, yung hotdog pillow.
Yes.
Everywhere he goes, kailangan meron yon. So, kung
Yes.
magta-travel siya outside Philippines, nag-order siya ng, di ba, hindi mo
Not
kailangan
necessarily
big.
hotdog,
Oo.
basta papahabain
Pahaba,
niya.
oo.
Kasi that gives him comfort.
Yes, and then we
Yes.
also have a friend na, kalambo.
Yes.
Na hindi siya makakatulog na walang nirarab yung paa niya na kulambo.
Ako naman, yung weird nga sa akin, I don't know why, gusto ko isuksok yung dulo ng dulo ng damit sa kuko ko. Hindi ko alam.
Alam mo yung kapatid
Weird
ko,
yan.
speaking of, yung bata kami, yung panty niya yung hinahawakan niya. Habang natutulog siya, tawa kami ng
Diba?
tawa.
Oo. Yeah, ako may kilala ako, yung nakaganon yung kamay sa puwet. For some reason, hindi ko rin alam kung bakit.
Yes.
Ayun, so sa'yo, ano yung weird?
Weird. 3 things, I think. Una, even my childhood, yung cousins ko, ang hilig ko maglinis ng ears. Sobrang, I would like grab them. Yun, tapos I would check their ears. Pag wet,
Tenga ng
ayaw mo na
iba.
clean your ears, gano'n.
Tenga ng iba, not yours.
Mine and others. Like, I would, every night, I'd like, want to like, do something sa ears. And yung mga cousins ko, they grew up scared of me. Kasi, pag nakita nila ako, lilinisin niya na naman yung tenga. Ganon. And weird siya. Sobrang weird.
Para ka siguro yung nakikita ka nila, para pagpapalapit ka, nakikita nila yung buds na.
parang ayun na naman siya, may
Walking
kalam siya ng
buds.
tenga. Ganyan. And
Okay.
I like staring at people's feet.
Oh.
I stare at people's feet. Like, there was a time I would tell my husband, you have to hide your feet. Like, cover your feet. I swear, ganyan. Nung
Sabi
buntis
nila,
ako.
ano daw, if you
Yeah.
have, makikita mo sa paa, kung malinis ka sa katawan or sa bahay.
Yeah, they're really. When I look at people's feet, sometimes it tells you about their hygiene. I
Yes.
don't know, for whatever
I didn't
reason.
know that.
Oo, totoo
Buti
yun.
na
Look at
malinis
their
mo naman
feet.
tao.
Alam nila,
Ayun,
okay, malinis to sa katawan, malinis to sa bahay, sa paligid. Because yung feet na, kasi nakikita ng tao, diba?
Oo.
Yeah.
So,
Kasi usually nga, because akala natin dahil nandiyan siya,
Natatakpan.
nane-neglect.
yeah.
Oo, I see, I
Nane-neglect
see.
So ako, nung nalaman ng husband ko, before we got married, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, nalaman ko from my sister-in-law, every time pala we would meet, he would ask his older sister to give him foot spa. Ganun. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? So
ganun
yun.
kanya ka-love.
Oo. And then, I'm so intentional about my cognitive load. You know, lahat ng naamoy, nakikita, binabasa, pinapanood, I'm very particular with smell. I cannot function pag may mabaho.
I see.
Like, even like, I think one of our common friends rin, si Nikki, NFG.
Yes,
Oo.
yes, yes.
Yeah, ganun din. Like, yun yung parang nag-connect kami. When they went to Baguio, ganun parang, they noticed na, Miss Kat, anong pabango mo? Ang bango-bango mo. Parang ganun, anong pabango mo? So, hanggang sa, they would, kasi ganun, like, I notice when you're in, it has become a conversation starter for me when I go
Yes.
to like elite groups overseas. When people just ask you what your like, kunyari, business event, pero magugulat ka, I'm sorry, I just have to ask, what perfume are you wearing? What scent? Yung ganon. So parang, tsaka, if I'm really, kunyari, deep work, tapos meron lang mabaho, amoy usok or whatever.
Madi-distract ka.
Sobra. I'm so particular about, about how my surroundings smells.
So,
Yeah, kaya,
Kat, if I may ask,
Yeah, yun na nga eh.
ano yung perfume
Yan
mo?
yung perfume mo.
like now, I'm wearing a Modge now.
Pero
Yeah,
ano yung most complimented perfume mo?
Kasi I layer, para ay wala akong kaparehas ng amoy. So, at any given day, I'm wearing 3 perfumes na magkakapatong.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pero they're complementing each other.
Yeah,
Tapos you're gonna
usually,
create
laging
something.
ganon.
Na,
So, it's a
Because-
combination of ganito.
Kunyari, I wear a different perfume when I go to a Forbes event. Because I don't want to be so strong and overpowering. It's subtle, but, it leaves a mark. When you
Yes.
go to like a billionaire's dinner, like a charity event, dapat ibang scent rin. Because you also have to profile your scent.
Sample, sige.
Yeah.
Can we name brands here?
Yes, yes.
Sige,
Diba?
sample. Billionaires Club, ganyan. What do you wear?
Meron akong isang secret na brand, hindi ko pa siya ni-share. Pero, kunyari, pag mga high level
Profile.
people, I layer Fornasetti with other perfumes. Like, I do it with a Modge. And, kasi commercial na yung iba eh.
Oo.
But I do Chris Evans also. But these are rare perfumes na it's hard to buy, it's hard to find.
niche talaga.
Niche talaga siya. I'm not, pag Pilipinas lang, okay lang Jo Malone, mga ganyan. Kasi, Philippine setting naman. So,
Yeah.
but when I go to high-profile events, I like to layer non-commercial perfumes. Yung talagang hindi nila maamoy sa iba because it's been a conversation starter. They would really ask you, what perfume are you
ko yun.
wearing?
Yeah, that's your brand already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they smell this, oh, that's Kat.
Yes.
And then they would, ganun talaga sila na, I had nga, we went to an event in Singapore. I remember, nag-stock sa akin, parang, I went to an event with sila Nikki, mga NFG group, kasi sila yung may ticket doon. So, we went with that event, and then we were out na kami. Tapos yung event, tapos we were talking about the speakers, out of nowhere, parang, Miss Kat, tapos na yung araw, bakit ang bango-bango mo pa din? Bakit pag kami parang wala na yung amoy kanina umaga, ikaw, kanina ka pa namin naamoy, andyan pa din yung amoy mo, what do you do? So parang they would ask me to share, ano yung secret? So, wala namang secret, pero siguro because ginawin ako, I always put body oil. So when I put perfume, it sticks to the oil.
Yes.
Correct.
That's why it lasts the whole day.
Yes.
So, ganito sabi, anong klaseng oil? Kahit ano, basta oil lang. Pero ako kasi, I also use
Same
ibang
scent.
kinds ng body oil
Yes.
also. Para hindi ka naman amoy, di ba? Hindi ka naman amoy manzanilla or something, di ba? Hindi ka amoy mga...
Efficacent oil
Hindi ka
pala.
amoy efficacent oil. So, I use mga ganyang oil. And
Yan naman
napapansin
pabango
ko,
natin eh.
matipid sa perfume kasi it
Yes.
sticks eh.
True,
So,
true.
you smell like that the whole day. Ganun.
Yes.
May natutunan ako today. I like it.
Yeah.
Layering is the key. Actually, si Marlon, tinuturuan niya rin ako na mag-layering. Kasi mahilig si Marlon sa pabango. Tsaka si Marlon, ayaw rin niya ng, alam mo yun, yung very
Common.
common.
Common na ano.
Katulad din yung asawa ko.
Oh,
Actually, he didn't want to smell like the others.
Oo.
Yes,
Dapat
yes.
nagsa-stand out ka
Yes,
even
kaya
sa
di ba
perfume.
pagpapasok sa room talaga si Marla, yung asawa ko yun din yung laging compliment sa kanya. Ano pa bango mo?
Yes,
Ganun lang.
oo.
Kahit kapwa lalaki nagtatanong na sa kanya. Yeah. So,
love
Kat,
it.
let's go na to the question na gusto natin. How do you define love? Before versus now?
Nung mga kabataan mo pa.
Ang love lang kasi sa akin before, it's really more of, I defined love nung bata ko as sacrifice eh.
Oh.
Kasi my mom, since single mom, yung lola ko, ganun din, na para lahat ng panganay na apo makapag-aral sa private school, ibibigay. So, laging more of, kailangan mag-sacrifice to show love. Ganon. More on sacrificial love siya dati. That's how I would, kaya nasanay ako na even now, in my leadership roles, I'm more of a servant leader talaga. Kasi lumaki akong ganon eh, mahilig yun, ang number one nga sa love language ko, acts of service. So, ganun ko siya define when I was younger. Now kasi, it's different when you have children, when you're married, and ano pa to, ang dami mo na encounter. Pero now when I define love, I look at yung love ni Lord sa atin.
Yes.
Sobrang unconditional.
Of
Na paulit-ulit kang pinapatawag. Huwag mong sagarin si Lord. Ganon. Huwag mong ubusin ang love ni Lord for you. Ganyan. But the way I would
Agree.
define love now is more biblical. Because it's the kind of love that I don't think I'm capable of giving. The kind of love that, kaya nga sabi ko, parang I'm grateful that God loves our kids more than we love them. Because I cannot give that kind of love to my children. I would still get mad. I would sometimes be tired. You'll shout. You'll be angry.
Yes.
But God is not like that. Kahit ilang beses kang bumalik, mag-fail, He would always accept you. But He's also just. He's a just God. He loves you, but He's just.
Yes.
You know, He makes sure na alam mo din na whatever you do may consequences. But He's just, but He's also very gracious.
Yes.
That kind of love is so hard to give.
Yes.
I love that. Sobrang ganda nun. Thank you so
Sobra.
much for that
Full of
insight.
wisdom.
Yeah. Natutuwa ako makipag-usap sa mga tao talaga na very spiritual.
Yes.
Yes. So, Kat, may last question ka pa ba, girl? Kasi Diyos ko, mauubos na naman yung oras natin. Alam mo, pero feeling ko, sabi ko, pagtingin ko sa clock natin, bakit ganun? Kakaumpisa pa lang natin na. Ano nangyari?
Hindi ko alam kung tatanungin natin yun eh.
Tanungin natin.
Sige. It seems like you're very, palang serious type of person ka. Pero, can you share something na most embarrassing experience or moment of your
It
life?
doesn't have
Yung
to be the
kabataan
level
mo.
of favor.
Yeah.
Iba yun.
You're just willing to share, yung gano'n.
Embarrassing.
Yung
Ito,
makabataan
medyo
mo.
seryoso rin yung context ng embarrassing, no? I was vying for a board seat in one company I invested in. So sabi ko, how does it work if I want to be part of the board? So sabi, I have to invest this amount. But after that, you don't automatically become a member of the board because we need to do a background check on you. There's a vetting process. We need to know who you are. Ganyan. Siyempre, sensitive. If you're a member of the board, you know, you have to make sure na wala kang tinatago. Ganyan. So, okay. So, I gave the check and I left for the US for a US event. And then, after that, I came back and then they invited me again for another board meeting. And kasi sabi ko, akala ko magbibigay ka lang ng pera. And then sabi niya, no, because after you give the funding, there's a vetting process, there's a background check, and lastly, the existing board of directors need to say yes to you. They need to vote for you na gusto ka nilang kasama sa board.
Yes.
Para walang
Grabe,
problema, di ba?
oo.
And these are like a very powerful board of directors. You have billionaires in that board. Peso and dollar billionaires. And anyway, and when I came back, the CEO handed me the folder ng lahat ng nalaman nila about me.
Oh.
Ang buong pagkatao ko,
Grabe.
May
result
background
ng
check.
background check. Pagka-open kong ganon, the first paper there was a copy of an ORCR. Nalaman nila, I've been married for 20 years, nalaman nila na years ago, when we were just 2 years pa lang nakasal, nagsanla kami ng sasakyan.
Oh.
For 50,000 pesos. At nandun pa sa document na nakuha nila na hindi pa namin na-pay off kasi parang sinanla namin parang for 3 months. Hindi namin ma-afford na bayaran yung 50K ng 3 months. In-extend pa namin yung pagsanla ng sasakyan.
Oh my God.
So nakita pa nila sa parang gusto ko nang
Grabe yun.
lamunin ako ng lupa kasi you're coming in as an
Napaka-expensive.
investor.
Yes.
I didn't know they had that much intelligence.
Correct.
Background check, you know. And next page, after nung report na, yun palang hiyang-hiya na ako, parang, oh my gosh, nakakahiya yung mga nala. These are things I don't talk about to the people I work with now, you know. And nalaman nila, a year before that, or no, a few years before that, when I was still single, in 2004, they found out I applied for a credit card with 3 banks. I got denied in all of those banks. Lahat sila, dinenay ako for credit card because I was like in a BPO, I was making 7,000, 8,000 a month. So parang wala ko enough credit score, not enough financial capacity to have a credit card.
Yes.
So pati yun nalaman nila. So ako parang, Diyos ko, parang sabi ko nga, parating na ba yung board? Pwede ba umalis na ako bago sila dumating? Pwede bang umexit na ako bago? Tapos tinanong ko, alam ba ng board tong result ng background check sa akin? And sabi niya, oh yeah, all of the members of the board have copies. Ako, oh my gosh, I just wanted to disappear.
Yes.
Kasi hiyang-hiya talaga ako. And I was surprised because that same day, this guy told me that the board has voted for you to be a part of the board.
Wow.
Even after everything they found out. So, you know, sa board din ako yung pinakamahirap, pinakabata, pinakawala experience, but it's such an honor and a privilege to be a part of that group. And for them to be able to still vote for me to be a member of the board, even after knowing yung pinanggalingan ko, yung
Yes.
struggles ko financially. But that was so embarrassing for me.
Yes.
Because I don't talk about that, na na-deny ka ng credit card na ang limit lang 30K. Come on, di ba?
And thank you for
Three
sharing
times
that,
pa,
Kat,
3 times
ha?
pa ako na-deny. Same year, 3 bangko nag-deny sa akin. Oh my God, Lord, sabi ko. It was so embarrassing. So, now that you're in that space na, kasi when you're vying for that level of position, you expect na they would want someone with the same pedigree, with the same, you know,
True.
caliber as them. And I didn't know that someone like me who have that kind of history and background, because I've been in the venture capital space for 11 years, I've been in the capital markets for 22 years, and we talk about wealth, we talk about money, but you don't open the topics that you came from poverty, you never
Yes,
finished college, you couldn't afford college. Those are things you don't talk about anymore. And I realized that the more authentic you are, and the
Yes.
more people know who you are outside the trimmings of the global stage or of the industry you're in, they get to, you know, appreciate you more and accept you for kung sino ka talaga, because it's so, you know, in an era where everything is curated.
Yes.
Everything has an avatar online.
Has a filter.
Lahat may filter.
Yes.
I think it's so refreshing to just meet people who will, you know, who will show up as themselves.
Yes.
It takes a lot of courage to show up as, like ako, what they found out, I'm not gonna tell that in an interview. Because for me, that was, the way I defined it, it was like an embarrassing part
Yes.
of who I was. And then I realized ko, hindi naman pala siya nakakahiya. They did not look at me less because of that. And that was so liberating for me.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing that. You know what I pick up from there, Jel, is that it's always true. Your past would never define your
Yes.
present, especially your future. It is a part of you, but it is never you.
Yes.
Because you always have a chance.
Correct,
right? To
correct.
correct, to do things differently, and show up differently.
And
Right.
you should never be ashamed kung saan ka
Yeah.
nanggaling, kung anong na-experience nyo, because that contribute also who you are right now.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Kat. So, and actually, embarrassing siya, pero enlightening and empowering pa rin
True.
siya. So, I guess, Kat, ito na yung last question talaga that I wanna ask you, just like what we asked last time. For sure, you've heard this many times over. How to be like you. I wanna be like you. So, for all the people
Me, I wanna
out
be
there-
like you.
Ano, di ba may kantang yon? If you're me, I wanna be like... Ano yun?
Hindi ko alam.
Alam mo, hindi bago kanta yan. Ano yan, guys? Ha? Ano na? If I were you, I wanna be me too. Yon! Di mo alam yan? Young. Youngster.
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Yan. So, what would be your message for all the people aspiring to be like you?
You know, first, I would not tell you to aspire to be like me. But if you want the kind of work that I do, you know, you rub elbows with the billionaires, you talk about wealth and private equity and economics and investments in a whole different level, while juggling 4 children and a family, and doing all of this while still being in tune and in touch with your faith, if you want to be in that space, you have to do a lot of introspection. You have to ask, because honesty is a very deep form of confrontation. You have to know what's the problem with you first.
Yes.
Not with your circumstances, not with your history, not with your family, not with your childhood. What's the problem with you first? Because until you recognize that, you're just gonna self-sabotage.
Yes.
For the longest time, I didn't know that I was a brat. I didn't know that I was all these negative things. And it took a lot for me to be in a space where I could absorb the criticisms without resentment. And for me to be able to be in this space takes a lot of humility as well. You have to, like, in the Philippines, I hear a lot of people tell me, like, that question, how to be like you.
Yes.
But when I go outside the Philippines, I'm the saling pusa. I'm the rookie. I'm the beginner. I'm the youngest, the least experienced. Economically, I may be the poorest in those rooms. But stay in those rooms. Stay in rooms where you feel so small. Because those rooms are going to give you a different perspective of how life should be. And when you get to these rooms, you get to realize, I always want to be reminded how beginner I really am. Kasi pag nasa Pilipinas ka, people think you're magaling, you're accomplished, you're successful. But when you're out there, you realize whatever you know in private equity, in venture capital, in investments, in the global economy, I haven't even scratched the surface yet. It's so humbling to be around people who have reached a certain level of wealth and fame na ganun pa din sila. So ako, yun talaga, ako like ko sinasabi, I rarely hang out with people my age. I rarely hang out with people with the same economic status as I am. Gasgas na to eh. Like, sa mga stocks ko, lagi ko na lang itong nababanggit. Para na akong silang plaka. But again, the law of 33. 33% of your time with people who are your equals. Mga kaibigan mo, kamag-anak, barkada, family, Kasi these are the people who will remind you, kung about you, yung identity mo.
Yes.
33% should be with people below you. People na pwede mong tulungan. When I say below you, pwedeng younger than you, or people na may less experience sa'yo, or people na you could coach, you could mentor. I teach that my kids, so whenever we travel, my children would speak with Uber drivers. Magugulat ka, Uber driver, pero lawyer pala sila dati, teacher pala sila dati. Kasi kahit na lower 33 mo yan, meron ka pa rin matututunan. One of the businesses I've built overseas was because kinausap ko lang yung naglilinis ng room ko, hotel room ko in Europe. And because of that conversation, I was able to start a business, a venture overseas from that conversation. So imagine someone cleaning your room. Who would have thought she would open a door for me in Europe? And last 33 people higher than you. Pwedeng mas mabait, mas mayaman, mas matalino, mas accomplished. Pero sobrang importante na people who are kinder, better than you. Because when you hang around these kinds of people, it rubs off.
Yes.
And the same way, kung sino yung kasama mo, because like what they say nga, di ba? Bad company corrupts good character.
Yes.
So it would always define who you are as a person, pati yung mentality mo. So I practice the law of, although nga hindi na siya law of 33 for me, I spend more than half of my time with people higher. Older, smarter, wealthier, and sobrang importante, mas mabait. Hang around people kinder and better than you. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Grabe.
No?
Can we extend?
So, sobrang nag-extend na tayo, but
Oo.
it was worth the extension. Maraming salamat.
Thank you for
guys,
having
for
me.
gracing
Thank you.
us with
Thank
your
you so
wisdom.
much.
We're so
with your
blessed to hear
Oh,
your
it's a blessing
experience.
to be here
Yes.
also.
Sobrang
Thank
thank
you.
you God for allowing us to
Thank
manifest
you.
that,
Yes,
diba?
thank you.
Ang
Imagine having you on the Slam Book Millionaire. Mas lalo tuloy natutuwa ako para sa atin, girl, that we have the Slam Book Millionaire and we have this kind of platform that we can provide to other people so that they can get to know more of the other side of these people,
True.
And maraming salamat for your
Thank you.
generosity.
Thank you for very light conversation. Thank you so much. Nakakatuwa, hindi about sa ekonomiya ang pinag-uusapan, di ba?
Di ba sabi ko sa'yo, chill lang tayo.
Yes, yes.
We're gonna be talking differently.
Very
and
refreshing.
we hope that you really enjoyed the
Oh,
conversation.
I enjoyed sobra. Thank you. Parang conversation lang among friends, mommy friends, or
Yes.
female friends, di ba?
Yes.
Alam mo kung bakit? Just to add lang, sorry, prod team. Just to add lang, kasi talaga, even kahapon, ever since that I came to the room, the conversation revolves around angel investing, paano to, paano yan, paano ganyan. So, I'm glad that we were able to create something like this for you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm
Thank
so
you for your
inspired by
platform.
you, Kat.
Yes.
Sobra. Ang dami ko natutunan. Kung siguro sa video, ang itsura ko lang,
Fangirling.
parang fangirling, parang nakakatuwa naman
Yes,
siya.
nagpa-fangirl lang. And we look forward to more.
Yes.
That we can have more partnerships or collaborations.
Yes,
Because you
we
know
want
what
to.
talaga, your wisdom, this is something that we really want to have on our stage as well. Sana hindi lang sa SR stage, pati kay Laura's stage.
Yes,
Ayan.
always. I always
Thank
like
you.
working with women, especially with Filipinos, kasi lagi na lang overseas.
Correct.
So sila lang nakikinabang sa mga naipon kong knowledge. Sabi ko, share natin sa Pinoy.
Kami naman yung
diba?
magla-leverage.
Yes. Oo.
Yes.
May permission.
Yes,
Ayan.
oo.
So maraming salamat
Thank
Thank you
Kat.
so
Such an
much,
honor.
Kat.
Thank you
And
so
of
much.
course, patapos na po tayo, pero hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan ang mga brands, ang mga tao na patuloy
Laging sumusuporta
sa
at
atin.
nagmamahal
Exactly.
sa Slam Book Millionaire. So, let's start off with Pillow Bread PH and Pillow Beds PH of Clara de Herrera.
Thank you, my loves, for your continued support sa ating podcast.
Yes, and
Ayan.
also Laura's Trainings of Laura's Enterprises.
Yes, the
one
number
and
one event organizer
the
in
one
the
and
whole
only,
world.
yeah. And the affirmation shirts.
Yes.
The only
The
affirmation
only
shirts
affirmation
na makikita
that you
nyo
can wear. The only
Yes.
affirmation shirt that you can wear proudly.
proudly. Yes.
Yes.
By I Am Fantabulous by Joanna Marie. And of course, the best, the only, the best barbecue in town, Smoke Club Barbecue
Na
PH.
super sarap. Honestly,
Yes.
guys. Umu-order po ako, nagbabayad ako. Sana next time
Thank
libre
you so
na.
much for the support. maraming salamat
Marami
po.
pong salamat to all our sponsors. And if you are looking for something that you want to support, gusto mo pong ma-associate ang brand mo or company mo, you are very much welcome to be part of the Slam Book Millionaire as one of our sponsors. Just send us a message and let's see. Sana sa next
Let's talk.
episode
Yeah.
natin, kasama na po namin kayo. But for now, we just want to say thanks to you. Thank you for the precious time that you have given us. We appreciate you so much. And sana na-fulfill namin ang promise namin sa iyo for this week that we're gonna provide you the best insights and the best wisdom from the best people on planet Earth.
Yes.
Ayan. So maraming salamat. We look forward to a new episode next week. But for now, bye po muna!
Bye. Thank you so much.